guys, another round of my 123cents Q&A. Thank you for participating. Go to our Facebook wall, facebook.com/my123cents to post your questions, or you can post them here and we'll do video responses whenever we get a few questions going. So our next question is from from Tommy Blaine, and he says, do you think WWE will use Seth Rollins respectfully and not job him out to Ryback now that Seth Rollins, who was Tyler Black, has just won NXT? And who else do you see doing well in the WWE given the opportunity? I mean, any current wrestler from any Fed. Who do you think is the future of the business, so to speak? I'll answer that part of the question first. We kind of talked about this on a recent episode of From the Rafters Radio. Like, if you look at the current roster right now, my pick is Dolph Ziggler, kind of being that future guy. He overcame some kind of cheesy gimmicks in the beginning, you know, playing Kerwin White or Chavo Guerrero's caddy. He was a member of the Spirit Squad, and even the early on Dolph Ziggler character has changed and morphed and developed. And really, you know, there isn't a bad Dolph Ziggler match out there, in my opinion. He makes his opponents look good. He looks good at the same time while doing it. I'm glad he won the Money in the Bank briefcase, and I think he's finally going to get the rub that he deserves. Because that short, brief reign as world champion after beating Edge was not enough, in my opinion. So, current star-wise, my money's on him. I've mentioned Cody Rhodes before. I think he's got a lot of talent, and I think he's got a lot of things going for him. I'd like to see him kind of continue to ascend the ladder, so to speak. And also, you know, I know Daniel Bryan just had a run with the WWE Championship. I see big things still in store for him. And Diva-wise, I know they just released her, but Karma, I could see her coming back once they figure out kind of what they want to do and how they want to use her. Developmental-wise, I was a big fan of Husky Harris when he was on NXT, and I think he had a very, very short run on WWE as a member of the New Nexus. He, of course, is wrestling in FCW still and under the name of Bray Wyatt. So I'm hoping for big things out of him as well. Brodus Clay is another guy. Funkasaurus, I know some people don't like the gimmick. I like it. It's over, and I think it's entertaining. Now, as far as Seth Rollins goes, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know a whole lot about him. I kind of getting into more of the indie scene now than I was before, and I didn't watch much of NXT. I haven't watched actually any of NXT this season, so I would expect or suspect that there are some good things in store for him. And a lot of people like Dean Ambrose as well, so kind of keep an eye on those guys. Those will be some of the guys to watch, in my opinion, in the upcoming months and probably even the next couple of years. Lacey Fulton wants to know what I expect from Raw now. Do you think this will be a new era of some sort? You know, Raw 1000, I think I'm hoping anyway, was the reset button, and we're going to see some new things and maybe some new developments come out of some of the aftermath from that. Damian Sandow getting attacked by DX. I think that might have put him in a position to get the rub, so to speak, as well. So we'll see where that leads him. I think that they may start focusing a little more on some of the younger talent. John Cena not walking out with the WWE Championship again. I know some people expected that to happen. CM Punk is in the driver's seat and has been for several months now, almost a year. I like the way that's headed. I like to see the long title reigns come back, and especially with a guy like CM Punk who, you know, is wrestling. I think Chris Jericho will soon be passing the torch to Dolph Ziggler. I mentioned Dolph before. So I do think that there's going to be some new and exciting things down the horizon. I'm still waiting to see how AJ is going to do as the Raw GM. And I hope they give it time to develop into whatever they're looking to do and not get discouraged if things aren't going the way they want them to immediately. And finally, one of my old friends from elementary school, John Dartery, from who I've known since about the first or second grade, I guess, asks, what do I think about TNA not keeping my homegirl, Velvet Sky? Quick backstory on that. Velvet Sky wrestled at a baseball event in my area in the summer of 2011. I won a radio contest where I had the opportunity to manage her, and manage the air quotes, of course. Escorted her to the ring in her match, and you know, it was a lot of fun, and I got a kick out of doing that. So I kind of became a fan of hers after. Well, I was a casual fan of hers before that, but afterwards, obviously, getting to meet her and talk to her a little bit backstage, it changes your opinion when you get to meet some of the stars and get to talk to them. So obviously I've been following her a little closer. I'll be curious to see if WWE picks her up. I think that, losing Karma was a big loss for the WWE, and obviously Velvet Sky's not going to fill that void, but she would be somebody that would be entertaining and let's be quite honest, guys, fun to watch as red-blooded American males. What can I say? This is getting awkward now, so I'll end it at that, and thank you once again for your support, and thanks for asking questions over at facebook.com/my123cents.